a warm welcome back to the USA English Podcast. We are absolutely delighted to have you here with us today. I'm Erica.
And I'm Marco. Today's topic is something that might surprise you. We're talking about learning English naturally, with no study, just listening.
Yes, you heard that right. No textbooks, no grammar exercises, no memorization, just listening. Because that's how we all learned our first language.
Think about it. As a child, you didn't study grammar rules. You didn't do vocabulary drills. You just listened. You heard sounds, words, and sentences over and over again. And eventually, you started speaking.
That's exactly how natural language acquisition works. And today, we're going to show you how to apply that same method to learning English.
We'll talk about why listening is so powerful, how to make it part of your daily life, and what kind of content to listen to.
We'll also share practical tips, common mistakes to avoid, and how to train your ear to understand native speakers.
If you enjoy learning with us, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And click the notification bell so you never miss a lesson.
All right, Marco, let's get started. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Actually, I was just thinking about how I learned English myself. I didn't study grammar books every day. I listened to music, watched movies, and talked to people.
That's a perfect example. You learned by immersion, not by memorization.
Exactly, and that's what we want to encourage today. No study, just listen.
Let's dive into our main conversation.
Okay, Erica, let's start with the most basic question. Why is listening so important for learning English?
Because listening is the foundation of language. Before you can speak, you need to hear how the language sounds. Before you can write, you need to understand the rhythm and flow.
And listening also helps you internalize grammar naturally. You don't need to memorize rules, you just hear correct sentences again and again, and your brain starts to understand the patterns.
Exactly. It's like learning to ride a bike. You don't study the physics of balance. You just get on and try. Your body learns through experience.
So, what's the best way to practice listening?
The key is to make listening a daily habit. It doesn't have to be long. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference.
And what should people listen to?
Anything that interests you. Podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube videos, movies, TV shows, music, and conversations.
The important thing is that you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, you'll listen more.
Yes, and when you enjoy it, your brain is more receptive. You learn without even realizing it.
Now, let's talk about active listening versus passive listening.
Passive listening is when you have English playing in the background while you do other things. Active listening is when you focus completely on what you're hearing.
Both are useful. Passive listening helps you get used to the rhythm and sound of English. Active listening helps you understand meaning and learn new vocabulary.
So try to do both. Put on a podcast while you clean the house, but also set aside time to listen carefully to a short audio clip.
Another technique is shadowing.
Shadowing is when you listen to a speaker and repeat what they say right after them. It trains your ear and your mouth at the same time.
It's like singing along to a song. You learn the melody and the rhythm.
Exactly. And it's a great way to improve your pronunciation and fluency.
Now, let's talk about the role of repetition.
Repetition is key. When you listen to the same content multiple times, your brain starts to recognize patterns and understand more.
So don't be afraid to listen to the same podcast episode or song over and over.
Yes, each time you listen, you'll notice something new. Your brain will pick up words and phrases that you missed before.
Now, let's talk about the fear of not understanding everything.
This is very common. Many learners think they need to understand every word, but that's not true.
When you listen, focus on the main idea. You don't need to understand every single word.
As you listen more, you'll understand more.
It's a gradual process.
And it's okay to listen with subtitles or transcripts.
Yes, if you're watching a video, turn on English subtitles. If you're listening to a podcast, read the transcript if available.
That helps bridge the gap between listening and understanding.
Now, let's talk about the kinds of content that are best for learning.
For beginners, slow and clear English is best. There are many podcasts designed specifically for English learners.
For intermediate learners, you can listen to content for native speakers, but choose topics you're already familiar with.
For advanced learners, listen to anything and everything. Challenge yourself with different accents, speeds, and topics.
And always choose content that interests you. If you love cooking, listen to cooking podcasts. If you love sports, listen to sports commentary.
When you're interested, you're engaged. And when you're engaged, you learn better.
Now, let's talk about the science behind listening.
There's a theory called the input hypothesis. It says that we learn language when we understand input that's slightly above our current level.
In other words, if you understand most of what you're listening to, but not everything, that's the sweet spot for learning.
So choose content that is challenging but not overwhelming.
If it's too easy, you won't learn anything new. If it's too difficult, you'll get frustrated.
Look for content where you understand about 70 to 80%.
That's a good rule of thumb.
Now, let's talk about how to incorporate listening into your daily routine.
Start with small habits. Listen to an English podcast while you brush your teeth. Watch a short video during your lunch break. Listen to music on your commute.
The key is consistency. Even 5 minutes a day is better than nothing.
And over time, you can gradually increase the amount of time you spend listening.
Now, let's talk about the emotional side of learning.
Learning a language can be frustrating, but listening can be a relaxing activity.
When you listen to something you enjoy, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like entertainment.
And that positive feeling helps you learn better. Your brain is more open to new information when you're relaxed.
So don't force yourself to listen to boring material. Find something that makes you feel good.
Now, let's talk about how listening helps with speaking.
Listening and speaking are connected. When you listen, you internalize the sounds, rhythm, and structure of the language. That makes it easier to speak.
It's like building a library in your head. The more you listen, the more sentences you have ready to use.
And when you do speak, you'll sound more natural because you've heard how native speakers talk.
So, listening is not just a passive activity. It's active preparation for speaking.
Now, let's talk about the role of patience.
Learning a language takes time, and listening is a long-term investment.
You won't become fluent overnight, but if you listen consistently, you'll notice gradual improvement.
And that improvement is real. You'll understand more. You'll feel more comfortable with the sounds, and eventually, you'll start speaking more naturally.
So, be patient with yourself. Trust the process.
Now, let's give some sample sentences about listening practice.
I listen to English podcasts every morning. I watch English videos with subtitles. I repeat sentences I hear out loud.
I try to understand the main idea, not every word. I listen to the same audio several times. I enjoy learning English through listening.
These are all natural and practical sentences.
Now, let's talk about how to measure progress.
You might not notice progress day by day, but if you look back after a month, you'll see a difference.
You'll understand more. You'll catch phrases you missed before. You'll feel more comfortable with the rhythm.
And that is progress. Quiet, gradual, but real.
Now let's talk about the importance of variety.
Don't listen to the same type of content all the time. Mix it up.
Listen to different speakers, different accents, and different topics.
That will train your ear to understand English in many different contexts.
And it will make your listening practice more interesting.
Now let's talk about the benefits of listening for vocabulary.
When you listen, you learn words in context. You hear them in sentences, not in isolation.
That helps you understand how the words are used naturally.
And you'll start to notice common phrases and collocations.
Words that often go together, like make a decision or take a break.
You don't need to memorize these. You just hear them enough times, and they become part of your vocabulary.
Now let's talk about the importance of enjoying the process.
If learning English feels like a chore, you won't stick with it. But if you enjoy the process, you'll keep going.
So find ways to make listening fun. Watch movies you love. Listen to music that makes you happy. Follow podcasts that interest you.
When learning is enjoyable, it doesn't feel like work. And that's when real learning happens.
Now let's move to our vocabulary breakdown.
First word, listening. This is the act of paying attention to sounds.
For example, listening is the key to learning English, and I practice listening every day.
Another example is, listening helps me understand native speakers.
Listening is the foundation of language learning.
Next word, passive. This means not active, just receiving information without effort.
For example, I do passive listening while I clean, and passive listening helps me get used to the rhythm.
Another example is, passive listening is easy and relaxing.
Passive listening is a good starting point.
Next word, active. This means focused and intentional.
For example, I do active listening for 15 minutes a day, and active listening helps me understand details.
Another example is, active listening requires concentration.
Active listening is more effective for learning.
Next word, shadowing. This is repeating what you hear immediately after the speaker.
For example, shadowing improves my pronunciation, and I practice shadowing with podcasts.
Another example is, shadowing helps me speak more naturally.
Shadowing is a powerful technique.
Next word, repetition. This is doing something again and again.
For example, repetition helps me remember new words, and I listen to the same audio many times.
Another example is, repetition builds familiarity.
Repetition is the mother of learning.
Next word, natural. This means normal, not forced or artificial.
For example, I want to sound natural in English, and natural speech has rhythm and pauses.
Another example is, listening helps me speak more naturally.
Natural English is the goal.
Next word, fluency. This means speaking smoothly and easily.
For example, fluency comes from practice, and listening is essential for fluency.
Another example is, I'm working toward fluency.
Fluency is the result of consistent effort.
Next word, immersion. This means surrounding yourself with a language.
For example, immersion helps you learn faster, and I create immersion by listening to English every day.
Another example is, immersion is a natural way to learn.
Immersion is the most effective method.
Next word, context. This means the situation around a word or phrase.
For example, I learn vocabulary in context, and context helps me understand meaning.
Another example is, listening gives me context for new words.
Context makes learning meaningful.
Next word, progress. This means forward movement and improvement.
For example, progress takes time, and I notice progress when I listen to old recordings.
Another example is, small progress is still progress.
Progress is the reward for effort.
Erica, let's quickly review the vocabulary. Listening is paying attention to sounds. Passive is not active. Active is focused and intentional. Shadowing is repeating immediately. Repetition is doing something again and again. Natural is normal and not forced. Fluency is smooth speaking. Immersion is surrounding yourself with a language. Context is the situation around a word. And progress is forward movement.
That's a very useful list.
Now, let's do a longer practice conversation about listening.
Great idea. Erica, how do you practice listening?
I listen to podcasts on my way to work. I also watch English movies with subtitles. Sometimes I listen to the same episode twice to catch things I missed.
That's a great strategy. Do you ever practice shadowing?
Yes, I shadow short clips from podcasts.
I repeat what they say to practice my pronunciation and rhythm.
That's very effective. What do you do when you don't understand something?
I don't worry about it. I just continue listening. I know that with more exposure, I'll understand more over time.
That's the right mindset. Learning takes time.
Exactly. And the more I listen, the more I improve.
Now, let's talk about how to create a listening routine.
First, choose a specific time each day for listening. Maybe in the morning with your coffee or during your commute.
Second, choose content that interests you. It could be a podcast, a YouTube video, or an audiobook.
Third, make it a habit. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Fourth, vary your content. Listen to different speakers and different topics.
And fifth, be patient. Progress takes time, but it's worth it.
Now, let's talk about what to avoid.
Avoid listening to content that is too difficult. It will only frustrate you.
Avoid listening without any focus. Try to be present and engaged.
Avoid comparing your progress to others. Everyone's journey is different.
And avoid stopping when it feels hard. The difficult moments are where growth happens.
Now let's talk about the long-term benefits of listening.
Over time, you'll understand native speakers more easily.
You'll catch idioms and expressions naturally.
You'll feel more confident in conversations.
And you'll enjoy the process of learning.
The long-term benefits are worth the effort.
Now let's recap the key points.
First, listening is the foundation of language learning.
Second, make listening a daily habit.
Third, balance passive and active listening.
Fourth, use repetition and shadowing to improve.
Fifth, focus on content that interests you.
Sixth, be patient and trust the process.
And seventh, enjoy the journey.
The main message is this: you don't need to study grammar rules and vocabulary lists to learn English. You just need to listen, consistently, naturally, and with enjoyment.
Yes, no study, just listen. Your brain is wired to learn language naturally.
Now, we want to hear from you. This is our favorite part.
Our question of the day is, what do you listen to in English, and how does it help you?
I'll answer first. I listen to podcasts and YouTube videos. They help me understand natural speech and learn new vocabulary.
That's a great answer. I listen to music and movies. They help me with pronunciation and rhythm.
See, we have different answers, and that's okay.
So viewers, we want to know about you. You can write, I listen to, because, or, my favorite way to practice listening is.
Please tell us in the comments. It helps us make better videos, and it helps you practice writing.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this lesson encourages you to listen more and study less.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button and the little bell. That way, you won't forget to join us for our next lesson.
You are all wonderful students. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.
Yes, your brain is powerful. Trust it.
Have a wonderful day, evening, and night.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now. See you in the next lesson.